I just realized that I actually have some sort of spooky story to tell, but it happened in 2004 so I don't remember it that well and it isn't exactly paranormal or exciting for that matter, but it is 100% true, 100%. This is my first time, please be gentle. Where do I start? Well, I can remember the year, 2004, because that was when we moved from Germany to Greece to my grandmother's house. It's a very big house, it's out in the sticks. Civilization isn't far off, but 2 miles are 2 miles. I was 11 back then, it was summer, so no school for 3 months. Of course, I didn't know anyone, and the nearest place where kids would gather was kind of far away. The only fun me and my little brother 10 had there was our uncle 16. He did his best to entertain us. We always went for adventures nearby. He would take us for a ride on the scooter, went to town to buy us pizza, he had an air rifle and taught us how to shoot and dozen of other activities that we were very unfamiliar with, being from Germany and all. Good times. One day he told us that we were going to make our own tree house. Fucking yes. He took 2 pallets from my grandfather's garage to use them as basis for the tree house. We placed them neatly in a big tree about 200-250 meters away from the house. Worked on it for 2 days, making it very comfortable and big-ish, enough room for 3 people to sleep in. The same day we finished the tree house, we wanted of course to sleep in it. Prepared the blankets and stuff, carrying them over from the house to the tree house. It was early evening, the sun had started to settle and we were ready just in time. We spent time in the tree house, laying on our backs, watching the stars. I don't know if any of you ever been far from the city, because the night sky looks amazing and very clear away from the city lights. And our uncle, like he usually does, starts telling us horror stories. I am honestly amazed to this day his ability to tell a story. Not sure where he learned that because it did not seem self-taught. It were the typical Jack the Ripper style horror stories. The sceneries in his said stories were incredibly detailed, it felt like you were there and could see everything. At around 11 p.m., my small brother started to behave somehow. Bizarre I would say for the lack of a better word. What I mean by that is that, he suddenly wanted to go away, he had a change of mind, did not want to sleep in the treehouse outside. He threw a mini tantrum and demanded my uncle to accompany him to the house. Me and my uncle, visibly weirded out or annoyed I'd say, took him and went to my grandmother's house and explained to her what happened. He obviously got scared by your stupid stories, she told my uncle. Well, she was right. I was scared shitless too. I hid it very well though, I wanted to be the big brother and show off. We went back, climbed up. I forgot to say that the tree house wasn't tall at all. 2 meters, maybe 2.20 meters. That's 7 feet. We talked for a bit and then went to sleep. I woke up, for unknown reasons, like 3-4 hours later. Stood up, and looked around me. You could honestly see quite clearly for a quarter mile in every direction. It wasn't a full moon, around 5/6 of the moon was showing, which was still more than enough to illuminate the cornfields around us. Kinda like pick related. I took a look at my uncle, and he was also awake. For some reason, I was not surprised by this. He also did not know why he woke up in the middle of the night. We didn't talk at all for a solid 10 minutes. Both wide awake. Just staring at the sky. And then, not out of nowhere, we somehow expected it to happen. We heard something like a donkey howl. It wasn't exactly the typical donkey noises but a lot deeper and what seemed to be exhale and inhale sounds mixed with the howl. Now, the strangest part for me was that my grandmother's dogs weren't barking. The house was, like I said before, 200 meters or so away. But it was an open field, out in the sticks. At 3 a.m., you could take a piss and people would hear it from a mile away. Said dogs were very hostile towards strangers, so like I said, it was very strange for them not to be barking like crazy. Odd as it might seem, I wasn't scared. Maybe because my uncle was with me, I thought this was normal and it's someone's local donkey or whatever the fuck, or it was simply a prank by him. That's when I realized that my uncle did not move an inch and stopped breathing. He was scared. No, he seemed terrified. At that point, it felt like I didn't have any blood left in me, that's how cold I felt. He stood up, we looked around in the well-lit night to find what was making the noise. It was 40 maybe 50 meters away, tops. Despite that, we could not see anything, only hear the slowly getting closer and louder noises this thing was making. Let's get the fuck out of here. My uncle said, are you crazy you fucking asshole? I am not going down there, I replied. The swearing part is real, I get like that whenever I am spooked out. I guess it is my true self to be a dick, trust me, this donkey can kick this tree and break it with ease, he told me. I didn't reply. Remember that the treehouse was not tall. It wasn't safe by any means. He looked at me and waited for an action. Everything was silent for what seemed to be a solid minute. And there it was again, crushing the silence that I wished would last forever. That fucking noise. That hollow donkey-like growling, and with it, bush noises. We didn't even look at each other, we simply knew that we had to get the fuck out. I remember everything after that part in tunnel vision. We left everything there and ran. Sprinted like someone had thrown gasoline into our assholes and lit it up. We did not see anything. Not a shape, nothing. I wish we did. I could lie to you about it and tell you that I saw a creature, something, but I didn't. The cliché we never talked about it ever again sadly also applies. I will have to honestly ask him what this was all about. I feel like he knew what it was. It would explain his reaction. I could go into detail about our sprint if you guys would want to. This is the most paranormal thing that has happened to me.